think we are live. Another reason why I think we're live is because we're live. My window's open, so you might hear cars and trucks and whatnot, but we're here. Let me open up what I had this window here for you guys. I wanted to see here, so I can basically have a couple things to say and just pointers. I get easily retarded. Do you hear that car? Alright. I don't need these headphones. I think my levels are good, and if they change, then we'll know. Alright. Well, first, apparently the Mighty Nein, or Nein, how do you pronounce that? Mighty Nein trailer came out. And yeah, it's a huge deal, apparently. It's a second animated show based upon Critical Role's story arc. Man, I don't know. It's like, well, I'm going to watch the trailer, and you'll see my reaction. I don't know if you'll hear that. I haven't set it up, so I have screen monitoring, but mirroring. Sorry, but I don't know if it's a good idea. If I might get demonetized, but I'm not monetized. I don't know. I like to keep good standards, you know. Like when I was in film school, I never let my videos go into illegal white territory. Everything was color corrected to broadcast standards. Whatever the heck that means, but I knew I did it. So, I may have to put my headphones on for this crap. Alright. Okay. Again, another use of Scottish accents. All the elves speak with upper crust British. Ugh. It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, it's... I don't know. I'm tired. The look is going to be like Avatar: The Last Airbender. This little westernized version of anime. Not bad. Nine. Alright, so I know it's Mighty Nein now. Oh my god, 6 and 9 go so well together. That's the last joke. Oh my god. This is awful. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I don't know. I'm just old. With a gazillion things to remind me I'm an old fart. I mean, yeah, Critical Role, yet again, dominating everything. I liked Legend of Vox Machina. I mean, actually, that's what got me into the Critical Role universe. Honestly, I don't like sitting through a lot of gameplay videos. It's like watching somebody else have fun. For a long time, I couldn't watch any sports on TV. I didn't see the point. You know, if it's a sport I like to play, I felt like, well, why am I in the watching as opposed to doing it badly myself? Or if if it's a sport I didn't like to play, then what was the point? Watching people play. But as I got older, I learned to appreciate great skill. And I think Critical Role are very skilled. That crew is very skilled at putting their acting skills around the table. I'm not going to say they're the best players ever. Some people would argue that Dungeons and Dragons is also about strategy, or as the greatest American president ever, George W. Bush, would say, strategery. But yeah, strategery is not the measure, I think, of Critical Role's talent. It's emoting, emotivation. Emotivation is an interesting new word I invented. So yeah, are people gonna like it? Probably. Is it gonna be as big as Legend of Vox Machina? Who knows? I hope they do well. I don't know. It's 10 here in California, so nobody's watching this shit. I can cuss with some blue. But I'm gonna keep doing this, talking and telling you stuff, because it's a very easy way for me to make a video. If you don't know what to say, can't type, just go live. Get some talking points and go. So yeah, either in the group chat or comments later, what's your favorite Critical Role character or player? You know, do you have a crush on anybody? I have a male crush on hetero male crush on Matt Mercer. Yeah, I think he's kind of dream handsome, handsomely dreamy. But yeah. Now there's a new Warhammer Quest. It's like a dungeon crawl board game, kind of like I don't know. I never played it. I never was into Hero Quest. That's more board game version of TTRPG. But I think it's cool. Warhammer is such a cult. It's a cult, really. You're paying for the privilege of playing with plastic toys. And I think they're suing people who are making miniatures that are too close to Warhammer, therefore can be used as substitutes. And I love sometimes the Warhammer knockoff minis better than the regular ones. So yeah, there's a new Warhammer Quest called Dark Water. It's supposed to be more spooky, gothic horror style. And I don't know. Again, I'm just reading a list of news stories that I asked ChatGPT to poop out. Starfinder Afterlife breaks Kickstarter record. Woo! So yeah, apparently it's off a Spanish source, so ChatGPT translated for me because my Spanish is muy mediocre at best. So yeah, it's a Spanish developer. It's a sci-fi RPG using this. They say Starfinder universe, but I think it's more like Starfinder system. I don't know. It's already shattered funding goals. So yeah, will it be published in English? Will it be in the language of Shakespeare and the language of Cervantes, or will we have to learn Spanish to appreciate the game? Just like Bad Bunny tells us we should learn Spanish, to watch the Super Bowl performance. Frankly, I don't care. I wouldn't watch him in any language. There's something about Bad Bunny's music that does not jive with me. No. He's not. I don't know him, so he could be a cool dude. He could be a dork. It's just not my thing, man. But yeah, more power to him to be on the Super Bowl, and I think he should do his rapping in Pig Latin or maybe Klingon. Why do we have to understand it? It's just rhymes. But yeah, I don't know. I think we should be more inclusive and not exclusive. So when you do it, something like that and something that nobody understands, you put your whole audience on the same page. But when you put it only part of the audience can understand, and kind of split in half. And I'm not saying Spanish speakers aren't fucked if you don't speak English in America, or that English has to be the only official language of America. I mean, it's the European power that dominated is Britain, and then we had a little revolution but kept the language going. That's about it. So, again, Starfinder Afterlife is a standalone RPG using Paizo Starfinder kind of stuff. So, here's that. Apparently, what else? Bell of Lost Souls is coming out. And what else? I don't know, I'm really tired, man. I should probably drink some Red Bull or Rockstar or Monster Juice. They should have an energy drink for D&D players called Dragon Blood. Or, I don't know, Vecna's Sweat. That sounds disgusting. Or Strahd's Tears. And it could be kind of just something you take. I'm looking at my shelf right here. I have this beautiful rotating shelf. I need to make a whole video about it. But I don't know what to say to you guys. I just stare at it. And it brings me joy and thoughts. Where the hell and if all else fails, there's always the big dice bag. Big dice. I need a second. Well, I have another dice bag that's older. Doesn't have compartments. And shit, I bought a ton of dice. Because I'm planning on giving out dice at public D&D games. With information about this YouTube channel to promote it. If you stumble on this, please try to promote us. We need the love. So Kickstarter workers are on strike. I don't know, man. It's like there's part of me that understands the plight of the worker, and part of me that kind of also understands that there are economic forces that affect the worker and the capitalist. It's not whether or not, basically the only ethical decision a capitalist could make is to pay himself less. Which is the most counterintuitive one. He can't give all his workers a raise. He can't give he can easily make more than everybody, but might be unethical. And essentially, yeah. I'm very tired. I know that in this rant there's a thought thread that comes out. I don't know where it's linked to or tied yet, and I probably will forget about this until I watch this video tomorrow and start editing it into clips. But going back. Kickstarter, they want a 4-day work week. I mean, that's what they do in France and a lot of European countries. And I think they should do it here. But if we're going to do it here, we have to maybe we need to do a thing where like countries that have similar labor laws or better labor laws than the U.S. get preferential treatment. And countries where workers work 7 days a week, 15-hour days, no. They get, the tariff. Because I believe in trade and somewhat free trade, but I feel that a lot of times it puts workers at a ginormous disadvantage. Not because, yeah, those countries not only can undercut American workers, but then, you know, the cost of living back where those countries are cheaper too. So yeah. Also, another weird thing is solo RPGs on the rise. Let's see, what do I have? I have, like, over here. Yeah. This is some sort of solo random adventure. A random solo adventure, but it looks to me like let me see here, a choose your own adventure kind of book with chapters you flip to and all that. I don't know yet. I have to read it, kind of see if I want to play it. But other than that, I'm not a huge believer in solo RPGs and system oracles or stuff like that. It just grosses me out. So sorry to yawn. By the way, I have a lot of missing teeth in the back, so I hope you don't see some nastiness in my mouth, like rotting death. Probably have rotting death in my mouth. Let's see here. Oof. I think solo RPGs are sadly inevitable in our highly disconnected world. I often rant about how disconnected we are because I'm very lonely. Never quite alone. I've always had a family member around 24/7. But that doesn't mean I'm not lonely. They have their interests, I have mine, you know. And here we are. Okay, well, the Emmy Awards have been announced. Apparently. So, best game is Coyote and Crow expansion. I believe that's like a Native American kind of fantasy RPG. You know, taking kind of Native American, North American, indigenous themes and spinning them out to an RPG, D&D-esque world. Then there's Shadowdark RPG Shrine of the Rotting Moon is the best adventure. Free League Publishing became the fan favorite publisher. I like Free League. I think they're doing something great. I love the fact that they bring European RPG styles to America. Growing up in France, I was quite aware of that there's a difference in the European RPG scene and the American. Here's one major difference. I think Americans tend to compress time when we think back. You know, we fail to realize that between Rome and Da Vinci, there's more than 1,000 years between the birth of Christ, let's say, and Da Vinci. Da Vinci was the 14th century kind of person. But if, you know, Americans, you know, that's unfathomable. You know, it's the old joke, Europeans think 100 miles is far, and Americans think 100 years is a long time. But yeah, here we are. That shift with indie narrative style games. Yeah, my issue's not whether or not we're doing narrative games. I want to see a shift towards emergent storytelling as opposed to railroad storytelling. You know, partial sandbox, you know, or stories that are more modular. So if the characters, you know, decide, I don't know, to team up with Strahd as a, oh my god, I forgot which YouTuber did a whole video about that recently. I'm retarded. I say the R word a lot. I mean no offense. Okay, Critical Role 4 launch with Brendan Lee Mulligan as their big boy DM. They're playing West Marches again. Does that mean they're gonna have people pop in, pop out, or have irregular showings? It'd be funny if they had like bonus episodes without announcing, and people just popping in and doing a quick one-off adventure. That'd be interesting. October 16th, there's a D&D Immersive Quest open in Texas. Don't know what that is. I might, reminds me. Actually, back in the day, somebody probably borrowed their newspaper just to read it out loud. That's how I feel like. I'm just reading newspaper headlines. Oh well, I'm tired. Let's see, how long have I been ranting like a crazy person here? I have no clue. Let me see here. 21 minutes according to my timer in my OBS software. Here's another thing: I look bald, right? I'm not. I just have a freakishly tall forehead. I swear. Now my hair is thinning over here, but it's not huge. My hairline went back maybe half an inch tops, maybe an inch since I graduated high school, and I'm bad. I don't take care of my hair. I did buy myself a new beard trimmer. This one, less bushy. I'm trying to get my beard to grow into a point more, but here we are. I'm tired. See, usually I pig out on these Monsters or Red Bulls or Rockstar energy drinks. I haven't. Well, I'm gonna pause and take a quick break. Hopefully, all's gonna be well. I'm back here. I don't know if you guys are even hearing me, but yeah, I had to pass gas, and I decided it would be smart for me to try to cut out of it. And of course, the moment I try, I'm like, oh, better not even try. It feels like, I'm gonna let loose, more than gas. I don't have diarrhea right now in my underpants. I think nobody likes to do that unless they're, toddlers or perverts, really. Oh, well, everybody, I'm ranting incoherently. I think it's time for me to sign out. Wish you all the best. May all the love in the universe reach you.
Buy me coffee! Subscribe! Yeah.
Okay, for those who didn't get my telepathic message, please click on the QR code or scan it, whatever you have to do, and buy me some coffee. We're trying to turn this into a professional operation or an actual cult. Bye!